This week on WestfordCAT News, the newly formed Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee is off and running. Superintendent Bill Olson holds a public forum.
Are there ways that we could help you other than providing daycare? Okay, and I know that's a big issue.
And WestfordCAT prepares for next month's auction. I'm Joyce Polino Crane. Stay with us. WestfordCAT News is next. Before we get started, Westford, one clarification. Last week, we brought you information from town social worker Allison Christopher about a new rental assistance program in Westford, which we called affordable housing. The Westford Rental Assistance Program provides funds for existing rental payments. It does not provide for a physical dwelling that would then be rented at or below market rate. In the shadow of financial challenges as COVID-19 eats away the fiscal 2021 budget and students adapt to remote learning, Superintendent Bill Olson spearheaded a public forum to hear from parents on what they're experiencing and what's important to them.
You know, there has to be some longer-term financial plan to sort of mitigate the sawtooth effect of revenues in the state, and particularly the local communities. And I've often thought that, well, every few years, I've thought this for about the last 25 years, every few years we should be able to pass some sort of general operating fund override to infuse more money, because in this type of community where we had some years, and I don't mean to digress too much, but just to put this in perspective, in 1999, we had 302 more students enroll for the school year compared to the number of students that left that prior June. Now that's 3/4 the size of a conventionally sized elementary school. It's been very difficult in a town such as Westford to generate enough revenue, since we don't have a large commercial industrial tax base. The incidence of taxation is borne primarily by you, the homeowner. It's been very difficult to fund essential services. So you've got to stay tuned, you've got to stay plugged in and know what's happening, because if you wait to the end of the road, to the process, it's too late.
Later, school committee member Avery Adam asked if school community members were feeling emotionally healthy. The question sparked a response from one full-time working parent with 3 elementary school-aged children and a full-time working husband.
Are there ways that we could help you other than providing daycare? Okay, and I know that's a big issue, but are there ways that we can help you in terms of reducing the amount of stress and anxiety that you are experiencing given the current conditions? And I know it's, we're kind of deviating from the agenda, but that question by Avery was very important, because we've talked more and more about mental health needs and the issues that parents are facing and educators are facing right now than we've ever have. So any suggestions on how we might be able to help you and make it a little bit more palatable experience for you?
I would just like to
Julian, go ahead.
No, I was just going to speak as a family who has been really struggling, I think, in a lot of different ways with this year because of COVID and the fact that I have 3 little kids. I don't have any middle school kids or high school kids. I'm a full-time working parent. My husband is. It has been in my house a challenge, lots of tears. I have kids who love school, have always loved school. And for the first time ever this year, making comments about not liking school. And so it has been really stressful on them and stressful on me as a mom to hear and see how much they're struggling.
To watch the entire meeting on demand, visit westfordcat.org. A survey completed on November 11th and distributed by members of the newly formed Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee is providing insight into issues of race, equality, and overall diversity in town. Selectman Liaison Anita Tonakarn-Nguyen explained the purpose of the committee.
The committee is going to be an advisory committee to the town, to the select board, and to the school committee. We want to see the committee help us identify the needs around fostering acceptance, full inclusion, hitting all of these different areas of diversity, and also take a look at our town policies and procedures, make recommendations to advance equity, and identify deficiencies or where there might be inequities.
Together with School Committee Liaison Min Kwang Zen, Tonakarn-Nguyen presented a list of interests expressed by the 22 committee members.
But something that I thought would be helpful for people to see is just kind of at a high level some of the interest areas that were identified in your application. So everyone had to talk about a little bit about their experiences and interest areas, your 2 to 3 top concerns. And these were the ones that I felt went through a couple of different applications.
The select board member said that she and Zeng would take a lesser role on the committee once members begin to take on more responsibilities. The committee was scheduled to meet again this week on November 18th. To see the entire DEI meeting, visit WestfordCAT.org. WestfordCAT is holding a holiday auction beginning on December 7th and ending on December 11th at 6 p.m. Those who would like to help keep the television station fully staffed and running are asked to donate an item or to make a purchase. To register, visit WestfordCAT.org. Click on our red breaking news banner at the top of the page, and it will take you to a registration form. Here are a few items that will be up for bid. Board member Marilyn Cattler donated an Israel Bookshop bundle containing a hand-painted Jerusalem artistic wooden dreidel with base. The bundle also contains a wooden star dreidel and Elmo's Little Dreidel board book. Sal Buonacore, owner of Paul's Diner, is donating a gift card valued at $50 for a meal for 2 at his restaurant. And WestfordCAT Board President Christy Bates donated 2 gift cards for Paul's Diner at $50 each. The restaurant is located at 6 Carlisle Road in Westford. Photographer Julie Strong is offering mini outdoor photo sessions worth $149. To reach her, visit jgsphotography_MA. WestfordCAT board member Diane Wood has partnered with Market Basket to provide a gift card valued at $59.99. That's just the right amount to cover a holiday turkey dinner that feeds 8 to 10 people. Ashanti Gold and Pan Africa are 2 of artist Robert Freeman's vibrant paintings now up for sale. Freeman is donating half the proceeds from the sale of the paintings to the African Community Center of Lowell. A nationally renowned artist, Freeman, who often depicts African Americans living their daily lives, has been displaying his works in galleries and museums for 20 years. His paintings have been displayed at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, among many other locations. 2 of his works are on display now at the MFA through June 20th, 2021. The paintings are hanging in the Rotunda as part of the Black Histories, Black Futures exhibit. Ashanti Gold is valued at $35,000 and Pan Africa is valued at $21,000, according to Suzanne Curry, ACCL board member. Credit the African Community Center of Lowell in partnership with artist Robert Freeman. And finally, as Thanksgiving Day draws near, here are some cautionary words from Governor Charlie Baker on family gatherings.
Since Labor Day, we've seen a sharp increase in COVID cases and hospitalization. Cases are up by 8 times since Labor Day, and hospitalizations are up just over 4 times. The trends obviously are moving in the wrong direction, and this second surge is dangerous for all of us. Big case increases are particularly distressing as we head toward the holiday season, where people traditionally gather in groups to celebrate. This is exactly the type of activity that increases your risk of contracting COVID and your risk of giving it to someone you care about. Our public health data indicates that the majority of our cases are coming from household spread, where transmission can be rapid when people let down their guard.
That's it for now, Westford. Be cautious and stay safe. I'm Joyce Polino Crane, and you're watching WestfordCAT News.